Ever wonder what really separates a consistently profitable trader from everyone else? It's not some secret indicator or just getting lucky. It's about using your own trading data to build a real, measurable edge. And today, we're going to dive deep into exactly how you can do that.
Come on, let's be real. Every single trader has asked themselves this. You have an amazing week, you feel like a genius. Then a bad week hits, and you start to wonder if you even know what you're doing. The truth is, without a system to actually analyze your performance, you're kind of just guessing, aren't you?
So you really have two ways to approach this. On the left, you've got what most people do, anecdotal trading. It's all based on feelings, gut hunches, and a memory that, let's be honest, is pretty terrible. But on the right, that's where the professionals live. That's data-driven trading. It's about swapping guesswork for hard evidence, finding real patterns, and using a systematic approach to get better.
So how do we make that jump from one side to the other? Well, the answer is a simple but incredibly powerful tool that acts like your compass in a huge sea of data, and it's called trade tagging. So what is trade tagging? Really, it's just the practice of labeling every single trade you take with specific consistent categories. The whole point is to turn your messy trade history, that giant list of wins and losses, into something you can actually learn from, into actionable intelligence.
Okay, so to get the most out of this, we need to break down every trade into its core parts. Think of yourself like a scientist, analyzing a specimen. We're going to look at three key areas. The first, and maybe the most obvious thing you need to tag, is your strategy. What was the plan? What were you trying to do? This is all about keeping yourself honest and accountable to your own playbook. So, for each trade, you'd tag the specific strategy name, what kind of strategy it is, like trend following, what exactly got you into the trade, and what got you out. And crucially, what was the planned risk to reward? How much did you plan to make for every dollar you risked? This data, right here, is what will tell you, with zero doubt, which of your strategies are actually working. But here's the thing. A fantastic strategy can completely fall apart in the wrong market conditions. So the next set of tags is all about capturing the environment when you took the trade, because context is everything.
You have to ask, what was the market actually doing? Was it in a strong uptrend or just bouncing around sideways? Was volatility through the roof or was it quiet? And this one's a big one. Was your trade going with the bigger picture, the higher timeframe trend, or were you fighting it? Tagging this stuff helps you find the exact environment where your strategies absolutely thrive.
All right, now for the part most traders just flat out ignore. But honestly, it might be the most important piece of the puzzle. You have to tag your own psychological state, because you are the biggest variable in your own trading.
And you got to be brutally honest here. Were you calm and focused when you clicked the button? Or were you anxious? Or even worse, trading out of pure FOMO, that fear of missing out? Was it a disciplined, well-thought-out trade? Or was it impulsive? Tracking this is going to show you the hidden and often massive costs of your emotions.
Okay, so we know what to tag. Now let's get practical. How do you actually build a system for this that works? One that you'll actually stick with without it becoming a huge chore.
Here's a simple 5-step game plan. First, just define a small set of tags to start. You can always add more later. Second, and this is absolutely crucial, be consistent. If you use the tag strong uptrend, then always use that tag. Don't switch to bullish market the next day because that will make your data a mess. Third, use a tool. A simple spreadsheet works fine, or you can get fancy with journaling software. And finally, review your tags every month or so. Make sure they still make sense for how you're trading.
And now, this is where the magic really happens. Once you've logged a decent number of trades, I'd say at least 50 or so, you can start slicing and dicing that data to get some powerful performance-boosting answers.
So let's start with a big one. You probably feel like you know which strategy is your bread and butter, but your feelings can be deceiving. The data tells the cold, hard truth. Now look at this. You filter by strategy, and you might see your Bollinger Band strategy has a nice 60% win rate. Feels great, right? But hold on, look closer. Your Fibonacci strategy, even with a lower win rate, is way more profitable. How? Because of a higher average R multiple. That means your average winner is 2.5 times bigger than your average loser. This is a total game-changing insight you can only get from the data.
Let's ask another tough question. We all know that emotional trading is bad, but can we actually put a dollar amount on it? With tagging, you absolutely can. And look at what the data shows you.
When you filter your trades by your emotional state tag, the difference is just, wow, calm and focused trades, profitable. Anxious trades, small losers. And revenge trading, it's a financial black hole. Seeing it laid out like this makes the value of discipline crystal clear.
But the real edge, the deepest, most powerful insights, they come when you start layering these filters on top of each other. This is how you find the very specific, unique conditions where you perform at your absolute best.
This is how you can pinpoint your perfect A+ setup. Imagine filtering your data to only show trades using your Fibonacci strategy, but only when the market was in a strong uptrend, and you were aligned with a higher time frame, and you tagged yourself as calm and focused. The performance data from that tiny, hyper-specific filter, that, my friend, is your true personal edge.
And that's really the whole point here. It's about this transformation. You stop trading based on vague feelings and start operating like a scientist, using your own verifiable data to constantly sharpen your edge.
Look, every single trade you've ever taken is a piece of a bigger story. It's the story about your habits, your strengths, and yes, your weaknesses. That story has already been written. The only question left is, are you ready to finally sit down and read it?